Good morning, Commander fans. This is Big E on Tell It Like It Is podcast. Good morning to you. Y'all excuse me for the Fred Sanford look. Hit the barber shop Sunday morning at 9 before Washington kicks off. But hey, I want to touch on last week's performance. I have to start with the third-year man out of Cincinnati University, Darrick Forrest. Boy, what energy did he bring back in that safety position? I get it that Cam Curl wants to be that he's the man there in that position, but you got to find a way to put Forrest on that field. He proved, and he's hungry, and he looks like he's wanting to be on that field, just not only on special teams, but to me, I think when he made that hit on ETM, I got off my couch. I ain't gonna even lie. That ignited me. Boy, you heard shockwaves, boy. That was a downhill smack. And he kind of looked like the late Sean Taylor, no gloves. He just looked like he's a mainstay football player. And that's the kind of toughness Rivera needs and looking for. So find a way to get Darrick Forrest on that field more and more. And I'm sure Commander fans will agree. Then I'm gonna go to the next player, and that's Carson Wentz. And I'm gonna tell you something. Week 1, yes, it's over with. We move on, get ready for Detroit. But I do want to speak about this. Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, and Derek Carr, and Carson Wentz. What did Carson Wentz do that those other ones couldn't do after throwing some critical interceptions? Although he only threw 2, Carson Wentz that is, but they was thrown and they was picked. And to me, I think one of them was a bonehead throw. But what did he do that them other 3 could not have done in week 1? Carson Wentz, say what you want. The man has the ability to forget about things and lead his team to a win. That's what those other 3 could not do. They just kept, they played, but they couldn't pull their team a W. Carson Wentz pulled out the W, and with that big arm, when you need it, he delivered. And he, with a big arm quarterback, that could throw as accurate as he can down the field with strikes, you're never out of a game. So let's pump the brakes. Everybody that hate on him, from Philly to the Colts, whatever, that's y'all staying. Y'all still want to drill on it, cool. But we seen the Carson Wentz that has the ability to not let that eat at him, and he went down with a big strike to Terry McLaurin, and then Jahan Dotson topped it off. That's what you want. You don't want to be having a heart attack every week as a Commander fan, but brace yourself. This just might be the season we may be in for, but we also know that he has that it that can lead us to, and we're not out of a game. So stay tuned. Carson Wentz, big performance. Now I want to get to a unit. Chase Roulier, The Undertaker, Andrew Norwell, or I should say Andrew Norwell, a.k.a. The Undertaker, Wes Sneijder. Trey Turner came in and spelled Wes Sneijder, and I seen him get a pancake. Sam Cosmi and Charles Leno, the 5 heartbeats. That offensive line, I have been saying it for months, is underrated. Underrated. They only gave up 1 sack. Great job, and they threw the ball a lot. Wentz went for over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. So big ups to that offensive line. And I want to talk about the weaponry. Boy, oh boy, it was on display. Curtis Samuels, Jahan Dotson, and Terry McLaurin, and wait till those tight ends get implanted into that offense. They are huge. Amari Rogers, Logan Thomas, which we know about here, and Cole Turner. Wait till those tight ends get implanted. I don't want to leave out Antonio Gibson. He's a weapon. He gets out in space, he's dangerous. Wheel routes, screen passes. Carson Wentz, if I could talk to you before I get off this segment, you have all these weapons at your display. Let's go, Commanders. Let's go. Week 2, we got a matchup with Detroit. We know that's not going to be easy. Detroit's one of them teams also playing good ball and never out of it, it seems like. We have got to cut the head off the snake, and that's DeAndre Swift. Gotta, and the defense has got to get off the field. We're down without Fedarian Mathis. That is going to be a huge loss. But collectively, you can add players that's been showing up in training camp and preseason. And what comes to mind is Daniel Wise. All right. Good luck, Commander fans. We got Detroit, and this is Big E Tell It Like It Is podcast.